bubbles, have they settled yet?
I've had lots of coffee.
The weekend that was, and what a weekend it was at the Sports Awards.
Chincha di Brelli 10 times.
Bona, chippy.
Andile ulifara boss. Hey, aikiwa team yako bra. Aikiwa.
On the line now to have a conversation with us, a man that we've been trying to track down for so long, but he seems to be almost impossible. Bradley Grobler of SuperSport United. Listen, Bradley, I'm shocked and alarmed when a player of your caliber comes onto this show for the very first time. What's going on, Brad? Are we fighting?
No, not at all. Not at all.
We had a guy, Opta Jabu, look up some really cool stats, and I don't know if you know this.
Let me stop you there. Their stuff is incredible. I mean, I really enjoy it.
Rodney Ramagalela. Rodney, it's been a while since we spoke, man. Are you still strong? You're one of the strongest guys I've ever met in my life. When Rodney gives you a handshake, you need a cast. You know, it's ice cream. Ice cream also. Cape Town Spurs coach Ernst Middendorp now joins us on the line. Coach Rani speaks very highly of you, by the way. You guys have a good relationship?
We kept it under the carpet over a number of years, but I have a good relationship with a number of other coaches. I'm close to Klopp, I'm close to Pep Guardiola, I know Eric Ten Hag, but I'm not talking in public about it. This is for me behind closed doors.
Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM. Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Game over.
Exactly 9 after the hour 6 on the mighty Metro FM. It's Sports Not Amplified with Andile. And I am Andile Ngube with a touchdown. They're back again tomorrow between 3 and 6. That is Tebow Touch as well as Loot Love, the best duo on the airwaves. Listen, when they started, I was like, is it Lerato and Proverb or is it Touch and Loot? I don't know. What I do know is the abundance of talent at Metro FM is unbelievable. But I go 10 after the hour 6 on the mighty Metro FM. Listen, Mazola, Super Journal, is going to tell us about Tebogo Mokoena. Is he leaving Sundowns?
Yo.
What about Ronwen Williams? Will he be staying? And what does Sundowns look like without Ronwen and Tebogo? So we'll get into that. I mean, this is a player who's played less games than most, but is still regarded as one of the best this season in Tebogo Mokoena. Ronwen Williams, a front runner for player of the season. Can Sundowns do without those two? What is the state of their contracts? Mazola Molefe is here to tell us that. I'm excited for it. And I need you to start sending those voice notes now. If you want to ask a question of any particular incident from the weekend to the referee, it's pretty simple. 060 552-7303. Ask the principal. Okay? That's all you need to say. Say hashtag ask the principal and go for your question. If you want to ask Mazola, it's the same thing. Hashtag ask Mazola and go for it on 060-552-7303. Then I need to clarify something else. Because, guys, there's never been refereeing decisions gone haywire like there's been this season. It's been the absolute worst. Despite what they're saying at SAFA, it has been the worst season for decisions in the history of the DStv Premiership to me. That's how I feel having watched those decisions. This week alone, you got to go back to midweek games. That's how bad things were. And if you're going to take all those incidents, you're going to end up with 15, 20, maybe even 30 different incidents that people want to take a look at. Was it a goal? Did Mendieta play, what's her name? Shalulile offside because he interfered with play? Should Mabasa have gotten a red card? What does this mean for Dov Edmelson's rest of the season? There's so many questions to be asked. There is no feasible possible way that we can get all of them done. No. So we split them between here and Soccer Zone. If you don't get what you want, I'm sorry.
Want to win a car with Spar? Swipe your Spar Rewards card when you buy any participating product and stand to win one of 50 fiery red Hyundai Grand i10 sedans. Competition ends 2 June. Get 500 grams Spar Red or smoked Viennas for just $36.99 or Cadbury Crunchy, Lunch Bar, PS, Astros or 5-star. Buy any 2 for only 18 Rand. Price is valid from 8 May to 21 May. T's and C's apply.
Nazo, and that's why we shop at Spar.
Hi, my name is Vincent, technician from PG Glass. Damaged roads can cause big problems for windscreens. My last customer ignored a small chip on hers. She drove over a pothole and cracked. She could have saved time and money by not leaving that chip too long. When a chip is smaller than a 2 Rand coin, we can usually repair it without taking out the entire windscreen. Plus, most insurance policies will cover the cost of the repair.
Windscreen chipped or cracked? Call PG Glass on 0860 030303 today.
PG Glass Repair, PG Glass Replace.
Stellies gets it that they can never catch Masandawana, but they want to secure the second position. Meanwhile, Cabo Yellow loves it on the summit and want to grab 3 points to extend their lead. This is the DStv Premiership. Witness the unmatched passion of Mzansi's beautiful game. Stellenbosch FC versus Mamelodi Sundowns FC on Saturday, 18 May at 2:30 p.m. live on SABC 1 and SABC radio stations. Also available on SABC Plus and SABCSport.com. Hashtag We Love It Here. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
For the love of the game.
The Three Wise Men, but not always so wise, on Sports Night Amplified with Ndile on Metro FM.
It's Monday. It's the weekend that was. Hashtag the weekend that was on Sports Night Amplified with Ndile. And you know what it means? It means the guys are here. The principal, Victor Tlungwane, former SAFA and KEF referee, alongside the best journalist when it comes to all things football in South Africa at Super Journal. It's Mondays. The Three Wise Men are here.
The Three Wise Men, but not always so wise, on Sports Night Amplified with Ndile on Metro FM.
Hey, listen, we're wise, but we're not always so wise. Very quickly, snippet into what you're going to be talking about, the Vic.
Today, we want to tell the viewers or educate our viewers that there's a player at
Here they are,
Kaizer Chiefs.
listeners.
Yeah, listeners. Yeah, there's a player at Kaizer Chiefs who received a red card. Whether I will feature again during this season or not, we'll unpack it.
There's what, one more game to go?
Yeah. Is he going to play or not?
So we've got a Sundowns matter, we've got a Chiefs matter, we've got a Pirates matter.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Mazola?
As you mentioned, Teboho Mokoena, Ronwen Williams, we broke that story last week regarding Tebza. Ronwen won goalkeeper of the season that at the inaugural COSAFA Awards, and we spoke to him there about his chances of ever playing abroad. And Victor Gomez gives an update on VAR.
Well, that's what you can look forward to as far as the contributions of Mazola as well as Vic, the principal. But firstly, let's go to matters from the weekend. Starting off in tennis news, Rafael Nadal, after his defeat in Rome, it surely is, for tennis at least, the end of an era.
Today was not a good match for me. I mean, I didn't play the way that I really think I can play and I need to play. Of course, the improvement is it's important because the biggest improvement is that I still playing. I have Roland Garros in just 2 weeks and a half. So arrive a moment that I need to prove myself if I am able to push my body the limit that I need to push to.
Is age finally catching up with some of our favorites and taking away something we've enjoyed for so many years? Both Djokovic and Rafael Nadal knocked out in Rome. Let's move on now to the Premier League. Vincent Kompany relegated, meaning that Lyle Foster, the only player who is South African and was playing in the Premier League, has been relegated. He will no longer be playing in top flight football unless he's snatched up by someone else. Looking at the injuries that he's had, I'm not talking about just physical injuries, but also mental injuries, one wonders if he will be scooped up by anyone. But here's Vincent Kompany on the relegation.
It's disappointing today, and it's frustrating because of so many great performances out there, and because we did feel like we were getting there, in terms of how we were able to line up against these teams. But at the same time, no sulking, no moaning. Tomorrow is the first day of what needs to only be exciting. So right now, disappointment, and we'll go home and it won't change.
And I understand most South Africans didn't feel sorry. There was no empathy for Lyle Foster. I think it had a lot to do with the AFCON, A lot of people saying, had you come, we would be there with you. No, but if not, had you come.
South Africans,
come on, guy.
Not Kamabilia.
Oh, okay.
Karma.
Okay. No. Let's move on to the DStv Premiership. These are the goals from the Amazulu versus Chiefs match. It's the best of the SABC.
Number 28, Akitable Victor Letwalo. Amazulu got yen. Kaiser Chief got yen.
You gotta love it. That is the amazing talent of SABC Sport across different radio stations, giving you the games in the language of your choice. Dan Malisela, he's looking at promotion. That was his mandate given to by Baroka to say, hey, we've built you this beautiful place. He came onto the show and said, Andile, this is what they want of me. This is what I must do. There's one more game to go in the Motsepe Foundation Championship. And guess what? He could still do it. So could JDR, so could Tux. 4 teams all vying for that promotion playoff spot. And all of them could do it. And they're all playing each other with one game to go. Have a listen to Dan Malisela on promotion playoffs at Motsepe Championship.
Nature says we must all go to the last match, because I heard that the other matches were drawn as well. So maybe nature says let the last games be interesting as well. Let's see. Let's see what we do with that. It's going to be very tough, more so that we are traveling, they are not, So, but we know how to manage the space, We know how to manage the travel. What will be required from us will be the discipline on the day, discipline of the match. How disciplined are we?
Listen, there's going to be no cheating, no exchange of money, nothing, because the 4 teams playing each other all stand a chance of qualifying. Whoever wins out of those 4 teams qualifies. It's going to be Baroka who are playing Tux. Both of them looking at qualification. JDR plays Maritzburg. Both of them looking forward to qualification. I agree. Those games should be on the SABC, the people's choice. That's where they should be. But hey, we'll have to see about that. Let's move on now. I've got another minute or so before I hand over to Mazola and Tavik. Vusumuzi Vilagazi saying he knew the strength of Orlando Pirates, and that's how he was able to beat them.
We knew their strength and we tried to plan accordingly. Obviously, some players, I think yesterday we video session, Others were confused as to, coach, why do we have to defend deep? Let's go and defend on position 1. But knowing the strong points of Orlando Pirates, we wanted to keep our defensive structure.